Breaking news on Capitol Hill this morning. The Justice Department is threatening to call off Attorney General Bill Barr's testimony before the House Judiciary Committee on Thursday. A senior Democratic aide for the committee tells NBC News the Justice Department is taking issue with conditions being placed on the AG over his testimony. Let's bring in Bishop Garrison, co-founder of the Joseph Rainey Center for Public Policy, and Republican strategist Brian Darling, founder and president of Liberty Government Affairs. Good morning to you both. As we jump into this, beginning with you, Bishop, you've got the conditions at issue here include the option to go in a closed session to ask about portions of the redacted Mueller report and to allow Democratic and Republican counsels to question Barr. Democrats began discussions about these requests last week. So are Dems moving the goalpost here?
Well, I believe so. And good morning to you as well. Thank you. The biggest thing here is that we're looking to be beyond partisan politics. We need answers still. We've discussed this now for several weeks. We've discussed this, honestly, for months since the beginning of this investigation. And the idea now that this is suddenly a partisan issue is kind of beyond the pale to me. What we honestly need is for Congress to be able to have this oversight. It's a part of their constitutional obligations to ensure that we see a thorough investigation based off of the Mueller report, and that's exactly what Congress is trying to get to the bottom of by interviewing the Attorney General.
And Brian, how do you interpret these developments here?
Well, Congress does have a legitimate role in oversight, but they don't have a legitimate role in using their power to influence the 2020 elections and to engage in a partisan witch hunt. And my view is that we already have the Mueller report. The Mueller report is out. The House asking for all of these new materials, asking for the redacted portions of the report, asking for the underlying documents is moving the goalposts. We already have the report. They don't need to do these partisan investigations because they don't really want to get to the truth. They want to hurt Donald Trump and help whoever the Democratic nominee is for 2020.
All right, so Bishop,
I'm sorry, I just want to quickly respectfully disagree with my colleague there. I think having an understanding about the underlying documents and the evidence that and some parts of this are completely redacted, and we don't know what they actually say. It's incredibly important for us to have a full understanding of what exactly is missing, and Congress can do that as a part of their oversight authority in closed doors. I, as a part of the public, don't need to know, but I want my representatives and my lawmakers to know and understand what is all there.
Yeah, so Bishop, given that, when you think of the level of reasonability here for those demands, are the Democrats asking too much? And just to be clear, we don't have confirmation from the Justice Department yet on their reservations, Bishop.
No, I don't think they're asking too much at all. And look, again, this is Congress's responsibility. They have oversight over the executive. We have a system of checks and balances for reasons just as this. And for the executive to say that we're just not going to show up, we're not going to adhere to lawful subpoenas in order to provide you with this information is not going to sit well with the American people, and nor should it. Yep. Congress should definitely take steps to address this.
So, Brian, you have Barr, who's also slated to testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee on Wednesday. So how do you see that playing out?
Well, he's agreed to testify before the Senate. He's having reservations about testifying before the House because he believes that they're going too far. And so there is a big difference. You're going to see a difference in the questioning. It's going to be interesting to see because you have a number of presidential candidates, Democratic presidential candidates, on the Senate Judiciary Committee. So it's going to be a tough grilling on both sides if he does show up in the House. But we have a separation of powers issue here where the Attorney General doesn't have to show up if he doesn't want to, because it's going to be very hard for the House to force the Attorney General to actually come in and testify.
All right. We want to turn now to 2020. And Bishop, this explosive new claim from President Trump in a new tweet last night. He accused the DNC of attempting to destroy Bernie Sanders in favor of Joe Biden. So, Bishop, your reaction to that, and are there any real concerns about the DNC favoring one candidate over another in this election cycle?
Not at all. As someone personally who was on staff in 2016, we've already seen these types of issues play out. I think it behooves the president to actually stop this for the good of the American people, for the good of our system, our political system. But I think it also plays to his favor favor to have some type of disagreement, some type of infighting on the side of Democrats, and that's exactly what he's trying to get here.
Well, Brian, when it comes to this, could this be about the president thinking it's easier to beat Bernie Sanders than Joe Biden? Is he already seeing Biden as his biggest threat in the rally yesterday, or the other day, talking about how he's young and vibrant as opposed to Joe Biden?
Well, I think he likes instigating Democrat on Democrat political violence, and he loves to see the infighting. He loves to instigate it. Bernie Sanders, back in the last cycle, did accuse the Democratic National Committee of favoring Hillary Clinton over him, so he's kind of stoking that flame. And look, it's a wide open race. Who knows how it's all going to play out, but clearly what Trump is going to do is try and mix it up with the Democrats and pit one Democrat against another.
Well, there's certainly a lot of them. Bishop, I want to bring up this ABC News Washington Post poll out this morning. You've got Joe Biden is leading at 17% nationally among Democrats and Democratic-leaning independents. Bernie Sanders is second with 11%, followed by Pete Buttigieg, Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, Beto O'Rourke. Bishop, how are you reading those numbers?
That, again, as I've said, I think on several weekends here now on this show, that the American people are ready for change. They're ready for stable leadership. They're ready for adults to once again truly be in the room. And you see that as throughout the results of that poll. You have a mixture of known names, and you have a mixture of individuals who are new to the national scene. And the Democrats want to have an opportunity to engage with these leaders.
All right. Brian Bishop, I appreciate your time. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.